All right, so our next step is to start actually making the kaleidoscope. So we're going to start rotating this triangle here in a couple seconds. But first we need to make our canvas a little bit more bigger. So we're going to make it a little bit bigger by going back up to the canvas, the image, drop-down menu, and choosing canvas size. And then just go ahead and make it a couple inches taller. It doesn't need to be much wider, but it needs to be a little taller. So we're going to make our height, we'll make it 20 inches, and we'll make our width 20 inches as well. Okay, that way it's a 20 by 20 square, and it's nice and square. Then what I want you to do is, so you can see everything, I want you to do Control-0, and which is going to snap everything into your window. So that brings everything that you're working on into frame so you're not missing anything. Now the first step we need to do, because we still have technically two separate triangles right now, is we need to make these triangles into one piece, okay? So we need to select both of the layers at the same time. So you're going to single click the top layer, hold the shift key, and single click the second layer. Come up to the top right corner of your layers palette and choose your layers options drop down menu, and then choose merge layers, which mushes everything into one layer. Once you've done that, go ahead and duplicate that layer. So you're going to go back to your layer options, choose duplicate layer. Don't worry about naming it. Click OK. So now you should have two of the same layer. 1, 2. All right. So now we're going to start rotating. Now the key to rotating is to always make sure that your fixed point stays at the center, at the very, very tip of your triangle, okay? So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to move my first triangle up a little bit and then duplicate the layer. There we go. And then we're going to always make sure that our fixed point is right here. Now to do that, we're going to do Control-T, which is transform. And you see this very faint little dot right here in the middle of your triangle? Okay, that's your fixed point. If we don't move it, it means it's going to rotate on this axis, but we want it to rotate on this axis down here. Now another way of changing this is by coming up to your format palette up here and choosing one of these little squares, and that's the location of where the fixed point's going to go. So I'm going to choose the bottom middle because that's where I want it to go. And I'm going to change the angle the degree I'm rotating it to 60 degrees, and then hit enter twice. And it just ends up there real nice for you. Then you're going to do it again. Go ahead and duplicate the layer. Now I'm going to show you another way to duplicate a layer. Single click your layer, hold your mouse click down, and drag it over the icon that's to the left of your trash can in your layers palette. That is your layer button. And it also duplicates layers when you drag them over the top of it. So we're going to do the same rotation on layer 0, copy 3. And we're going to do Control-T. Change the location. Now we're not going to choose the same spot because now the center of our kaleidoscope has moved. So we're going to choose the bottom left corner for our fixed point and change our angle to 60 degrees and hit enter. Now if you notice, there's a little space between this, which means I need to nudge up a little bit to close up my gaps. Okay, and we're going to do the same thing again. Duplicate the layer, Control-T to transform, move our fixed point to our center point, which is the top left at this time, change it to 60 degrees again, hit enter twice, and then close up your gap. Okay, we're going to do it again. Duplicate, Control-T, move your fixed point to center top, change your angle to 60 degrees, hit enter twice, and close your gap. Now I've noticed I've got another little gap that I need to close. All right, so we're going to duplicate it again, Control-T, change your fixed point this time to your top right corner, and change the degrees to 60 one last time, and then close up your gaps. All right, so there is our first shape. Now, looks pretty cool, but it's still kind of boring because there's all of this empty space around our kaleidoscope. So in the next tutorial, we'll start filling all this in. So go ahead and do a file save, and then open up the next tutorial.